How's everybody doing in the heat? Managing? No,
Managing, yeah.
There is a air-conditioned lunchroom back past the guest room if you ever want to sit in there and really cool down. So the little piece of track that we go on through the forest used to be part of the Toronto Suburban Railway, which ran from 1917 to 1931 from the west end of Toronto all the way up to Guelph. The train ran every 2 hours. When we get down to Meadowvale, you'll see the little structure. Those little structures were dotted all along the route, and there were no electricity in those little buildings. You just stood there, and when you heard the train coming, you waved at them, and he stopped the train for you, and you hopped on. But what do you think you did at nighttime? How did you signal the guy that you wanted to get on the train? Flashlight.
Maybe get a lighter?
This is 1923.
Fire?
1950.
A lantern?
Fire. You got a single sheet of newspaper and lit it on fire. Waved it and then stomped it out before you got on the train. Yeah. So so back in 1917, it was important to have a train system that ran from Toronto to Guelph. But as the years went on, Highway 7 was completed, and more people started to own cars. So by 1931, over 6,000 cars and 9 buses traveled on Highway 7 every day to Guelph, and only 300 people were on the train. So in 1931, the whole thing went bankrupt, and within 4 years, everything had been removed. The ties, the rails, the poles, the wires, everything was gone, and it was just left to nature. And then we came along in 1954. So the railway line, the bed was already there. So that's a big step in starting to lay the track and everything, is to already have the bed of gravel and leveled and everything. Stopping. It's so cool. So this specific car is called a CLRV, Canadian Light Rail Vehicle. It was built in 1990. The first 5 were built in Switzerland by the SIG company, and then after that they were all built in Thunder Bay. This was retired in 2019 and is now considered an antique. I think that's funny.
Yeah. Born in 90?
Yeah, I know. Because the ones I remember are the PCCs. Those are the ones I rode on when I worked downtown and had to travel, and I barely rode on these. By the time these came out, I owned a car. As if we're curving now. How fast did the streetcar go? How fast did it go? Did it go on here? No. Where did it go? Running. This one could go pretty fast. Are you sure?
50 kilometers an hour is what they capped it to, but it was designed to do 80.
80 kilometers an hour?
The PCCs could easily do 80, and there's a good chunk of time that the streetcars didn't have to follow the speed limits of the road because they were regulated under the Railroad Act, not the Highway Traffic Act. But right now in our little stretch, we're doing about 20 kilometers an hour, which is already faster than Finch West. So.
Get to work. So we're at Meadowvale Station. We'll be here for about 5 minutes. I'll give a holler before we leave. The ice cream thing is just follow that little gravel pathway. 30-second walk down there is the ice cream station. There's also frogs in the frog pond. The next train should be by in 25 minutes. We've got all three going right now.
They could go with if you're sitting there and there's like that, and you sit over a few hundred, right out the sun. So that they just found a good party, way bigger and built new things together. Yeah, and we don't know if we can. Let's say it was 150 American, 2.5. Yeah, that's enough.
Okay to this side.
So you've got 20, you've got 11, 12 maybe, plus 3 and else we've got 15. And you're not working with them. So you've got 12. Can you make that 12 150? 2.5. Well, but you're far enough along the way. 150 plus the 26, 170. Yeah, 175. And you're going to pay it down to, hopefully, in the next
Is Eric's new favorite
25
thing?
from the park. So, yeah, down 175. So you need 50 American, which is 75. So now you got 100 left, and you got 10 more. And you need 30 to cover your grants, like 36 or so. Now you got 70 back. 70 back. Yeah, and you have some tax, but you have enough that you can pay down the old we got 2.5 years to find out.
Every 2 hours. They all know each other well. Don't get service that well anymore.
Easy way out is to sell it.
They were ready to go like once in the morning and once at night.
The only question is, if I stop walking,
No.
so for the next 2-3 months going home, we probably have an interim will also in the next 2 months.
We'll all be shivering because all our sweat will freeze on our skin.
Yeah, I think even though just to
Has everybody had a look to see Rockwood Station and talk to the station master? There's some interesting photos
There's
on the
interesting
walls about
conversations.
how they actually moved
Okay.
the building down to there. So Rockwood Station was built in 1912 by the Grand Trunk Railway and later bought out by the Canadian National Railway. It was in service until 1960 when CN decided to close it, retired the station master and boarded it up and left it there. In 1970 they applied to Rockwood Town Council to demolish it and they unanimously said no. And then they contacted the Halton County Radial Railway and said, would you like a station? And we were like, yes. And they said, you have 30 days to get it off the property.
Wow.
And we had it off the property in 7. Yep. A house moving company was hired and they put great big I-beams underneath it. And then we got the police to close both line because things hung out on either ditch, wider than the ditches. And down it came. And it's been used in some movies, very interesting. Murdoch Mysteries, regularly.
Of course.
Anne with an E, the Anne Green Gables story, and Cinderella Man with Russell Crowe. I would have liked to have been here in those days. Ding ding. And they're just signing a contract to do another movie. I was hearing from lunchroom today. It's not until September.
It'll be out by Christmas.
So we're back at Rockwood Station. The next train out will be 327, our only air-conditioned car. Will be. That's right. Oh, will it be? Yeah. In a while. We used it for a training one. At 3:30 it'll be. 327 will be leaving.